Why hello there, and welcome to Some Weirdo on the Internet Recommends Several Zine Quest Projects. Zine Quest is an event on the Kickstarter where people are making various role-playing game related zines, and I figured as a trusted role-playing game reviewer, I would pick out some projects that I think are neat and tell you about them. Also, I will be restricting my picks only to those that actually follow all of the Zine Quest guidelines, because a lot of the projects don't, and additionally I'm adding a restriction that I'm only going to be recommending projects with a goal of $500 or less, because it doesn't cost several $1,000s to make a zine. Also, only projects where you can get the actual game in some form, digital or physical, for $5 or less. And when I say dollars here, I mean dollars or pounds or euros. It's really more about the mentality of what people are asking for than it is the actual value. So here are my picks for Zine Quest Week 1 in order of ending soonest. And first up we have Green Dawn Mall, a game about teenagers who go into an endless mall to try and find a lost friend. And the cool thing here is that the mall is kind of like extra dimensional and also randomly generated as you play, and like the deeper you go into it, the more weird it gets. So that's a cool thing. Basically, you know, as you go in, you randomly generate stores and stuff, and depending on the odd level, they are of varying levels of weirdness. Also, I happen to have had the benefit of proofreading this one, so I can say that all of the stuff is there, and it's kind of neat. It was a little rough when I looked at it, but, you know, I gave feedback, and presumably the author is going to take that and the feedback from other proofreaders into account, and, you know, make edits and make the thing better. So yeah, that's a thing that I recommend. Next up is Derby Drama, a role-playing game about roller derby. And I don't know what else to say about this one. It is a game about roller derby. I like games that focus on something different, also while not being like super pretentious. Also, I like that in the campaign they're very clear about the intention to print this up on photocopiers and hand fold and hand staple it like, you know, a zine. And now on to Happy New Year 1999, a module for Deadhalt, which is a game that I actually backed during Zine Quest last year and also did a whole video review on. So, you know, watch that if you want to know more about Deadhalt. But this is a series of some adventures and some other stuff, and I have been told personally that it does address some of the issues that I brought up in my review. And also, Ben seems like a nice fellow from the interactions I've had with him, so you know, some interesting ideas for a good game from a nice guy. So yeah, definitely one to check out. And next up we have Dishpit Witches, a game about gay witches working in a restaurant. Honestly, the campaign is a little vague beyond that, but when you've got gay witches working in a restaurant, you don't really need much more than that to spark interest. Also, this one is a bit on the shorter side, which also means it's on the cheaper side, so you can get the print edition for, I believe, $5. And next up, Shortlived Shenanigans, another game that I'm very much into because of the concept. It is a bit more traditional than some of the other ones I was looking at here. Basically, it is a game where you play as kobolds, and that sounds fun, to be able to play a game that's designed to be played as the lowest tier of monster races. Once again, not a whole lot given beyond like that whole concept, but it's a concept that sounds really fun. And finally, Mew-tants, a game about cats with superpowers. Once again, a game that the concept is really strong, and, you know, that's kind of worth getting behind it, because it's got cats with superpowers, and that's like better than regular cats, and regular cats are already pretty awesome, so, you know, awesomer than regular cats. Also, pun title, I like a good pun. Alright, so that was 6 Zine Quest projects that I think are kind of neat, and you might also think they're kind of neat, and if you do, I will have links to all of these projects in the description, so you can check out those projects that I just talked about. And I will probably be back next week with another selection of picks from week 2 of Zine Quest, so I will see you then. Or not. I mean, you might not come back. It's really your decision. Alright, until next time.